Hi, welcome to BackChat. Today I've got a very interesting guest, the UK High Commissioner to Zambia, Nicholas Woolley. Hi, Nick.
Hi, Choolwe. Nice to see you.
Hey, it's good. Thank you for finally having us. You said something interesting. You've been here for 4 years, and I see that you travel quite a bit across the country. Which places are your favorite spots where you've been to?
Oh, I don't have a favorite spot, but I do enjoy. I enjoy living in Lusaka, but I also enjoy traveling outside of the capital to experience and meet with Zambians from all across the country. And I'm fortunate to have traveled to many places as part of my official duties and also as part of my personal travel with my family as well.
So you've been to the Copper Belt, you've been to Northwestern Province.
I've been to every province in Zambia, yes.
Okay, great.
At least twice, I think.
Oh, okay. That's a bit more than me, but I'm not going to say more than that. Yeah, okay. So interestingly, you've been to the Copper Belt, you've been to Northwestern Province. Those are our main provinces where we've got minerals. And during the UK Foreign Secretary James Cleverly's visit to Zambia in August, it was announced that a memorandum of understanding, or an MOU on critical minerals, was signed between Zambia and the UK. What is the significance of the MOU for Zambia and the UK, and how will it enhance collaboration between the two countries in the mining sector?
Well, first of all, I should say that James Cleverly visit, the first Foreign Secretary visit to Zambia by British Foreign Secretary for 37 years, really underlines the importance that the UK government places on our partnership with Zambia and the Zambian people. The memorandum of understanding that the Foreign Secretary signed when he was here in Lusaka is groundbreaking in the sense that it provides and underlines for a broad partnership and collaboration on critical minerals and on responsible mining. What it brings for both parties is, first of all, collaboration to ensure ultimately that Zambians getting the true benefit that it can from its rich mineral resource and wealth. So as well as looking to bring in new UK investment into the sector here in Zambia, which itself will support livelihoods and jobs, we're also looking at how we can collaborate to bring value into the supply chains. So not just exporting the raw material, but looking at how we as the UK can support Zambia and Zambians to ensure that value creation means that there's increased wealth generation from Zambia's minerals. This also means supporting Zambia's small and medium-sized enterprises that are active in this sector. That was a third important part of the pillar of the agreement, as well as supporting Zambia on the exploration of its minerals, so that it can truly market the potential that's held under the ground, and also working with Zambia to support environmental and social protections around the mining sector.
Okay, thank you for that. It seems there are many benefits Zambia is going to gain from your support and from this agreement, and going towards the green growth compact agreement, also another agreement that was signed by our foreign minister and foreign secretary James. What does the new agreement accomplish or seek to accomplish between the two countries, considering a green growth compact has already been in effect from November 2021?
So you're right, we've got a green growth compact, UK-Zambia Green Growth Compact, was signed in the margins of the UN Climate Change Conference in the UK in November 2021. And that set out a new economic partnership between Zambia and the United Kingdom, covering the breadth of our economic investment, trade and development cooperation. The additional agreement that was signed when the Foreign Secretary was here in August, not more than 18 months into this, the original partnership, I think really underlines the progress that we had made already in delivering on the initial compact. So, for example, one of the initial targets for the compact was to bring in over £1 billion of new UK investment into Zambia's renewable energy and mining sectors, and this is for the period 2021 to 2026. That target alone was achieved in 2022. So the idea of having an additional addendum signed to the Green Growth Compact was really a recognition that we're already exceeding in many areas some of those targets, so we can be even more ambitious in what we look to deliver. And of course the breadth of the partnership spans other areas such as trade, such as important collaboration work on climate change, green climate finance, and other areas as well important to both nations.
Okay, so based on what you said, what are the targets of the renewed GC, and what does this mean for Zambia's renewable energy sector?
So new targets include up to 2.5 billion pounds worth of new UK investment into Zambia's green economy. So that's mining sectors, agricultural, agri-processing, renewable energy, as you said. It includes facilitation, as I mentioned, of $150 million of new investment into Zambian businesses, small, medium-sized enterprises working in these sectors. It is developing and finalising a pipeline of over 1,000 megawatts of new renewable energy in Zambia's economy through support from the UK businesses and government to developing that sector. It includes up to $500 million worth of development of UK-backed enterprises, renewable enterprises, as well as looking to target a doubling of trade volumes between our two nations.
Okay. Oh, thank you for that. You've been very active and very supportive, and we thank you for that. We also understand that Zambia has been invited to participate in the UK Africa Investment Summit, which is being held next year in the UK, of course. What do we expect from this summit, and why is the UK hosting it, and how do we see Zambia benefiting from it?
So the summit will take place in, we think, April next year, April 2024, and it will bring together some, not all, of our African partners. The UK is the biggest investor in the African continent. There's no other country's businesses that invest more in Africa than British business. And in developing our partnerships with Zambia, with other countries in Africa, we want to hear from the countries themselves what their needs are, what they want from our partnership. So we've heard from Zambia very clearly, for example, including when the President visited last in May of this year, the importance that Zambia puts on investment that will create jobs and livelihoods in Zambia, but also expands opportunities in the value and supply chain, so that Zambia is just not exporting raw materials, and we've spoken already about minerals such as copper and nickel and cobalt and others, but actually in other areas such as agri-processing, for example, where there's huge potential here for Zambia to benefit in increasing jobs and livelihoods through increasing investment in the value chains. And that's something I think that we want to support, and that's, as I already mentioned, an area that we've already identified through our formal agreements and MOUs with Zambia that we're looking to partner closely on.
Okay, thank you for that. I'm glad you spoke about being very active in Africa and supporting countries like Zambia. And in October, Zambia signed another MOU with the official creditors and reached an agreement in principle with the international bondholders. What impact do you feel the debt restructuring is having on the UK attitudes towards Zambia?
Well, let me first, before answering directly your question, say that it's a very welcome development, the signing of the MOU between Zambia and its official creditors, which includes the UK, and it's something that the UK, my government, have been working very closely to deliver throughout the period of the negotiations, stretching back some 2+ years. So we're very pleased to see this and look forward to finalising the bilateral MOUs and of course supporting Zambia in its finalisation of deals with its wider creditors, including the private sector. What the agreement reached in June and the MOU signed in October does is, I think, three things. First of all, it supports Zambia's homegrown reform program under the 8th National Development Plan that will really drive forward a sustainable growth for this country. Secondly, it will bring with it, and we're already seeing this, new investor confidence. Investors don't like uncertainty. What the debt restructure will do will provide more certainty to investors. So we would see not just business sentiment growing, but for example, banks more able and willing to lend capital into the markets, into businesses to support investment and growth in that sector. And then thirdly, what it does is allows, through the restructure, the deal that was agreed, the terms of which have been made public now, it will allow for less money to be going than it would otherwise have been on debt servicing, which also means that more money, and we've seen this in the recent budgets, can be spent on important social sectors such as education, such as health, such as social protection that will benefit more Zambians through that process.
Okay. All right, thank you for that. So this year, the UK has invested over £2 million in its private enterprise program for Zambia, phase 2 initiative to support SMEs in Zambia. You spoke earlier on about money that's coming in and is being supporting Zambians. Could you please explain what this program is about and what progress has been made so far?
Well, first of all, just to say that the figure you quote is just a small proportion of the total UK investment we made since 2018 in the private sector, and of course are looking to do going forward under the MOUs that we've spoken about already. It's a really exciting partnership, and one I am very proud that our countries are working together on. And whenever I travel out of Lusaka, or even indeed in the capital here, meeting with businesses who've benefited from either the grants or the loans or the technical advice and support that we're able to give through Prospero, which is our principal partner to deliver our private sector investment through here in Zambia, we actually learn of the impact that we can have. And over 450 Zambian-owned, Zambian-operated businesses have benefited so far from the support that we've provided, and either, as I say, through financial support or technical support, and that includes, for example, over 50 countries in the mining sector alone, as well as other companies working in energy, in agriculture, agri-processing, tourism industries. Essentially, the industries that Zambia's 8th National Development Plan have identified as being the key for equitable and prosperous growth in this country. So it's a great partnership, and one that I think will continue to flourish in the months and years to come.
Oh, thank you for your time, and thank you for you're like one of our ambassadors here, Zambian ambassador. I see what you do on social media. Where you go, you inspire me, because I want to travel to some of those places I've never been. And thank you for coming on to BackChat. This has been BackChat with the UK High Commissioner to Zambia, Nicholas Woolley. And thank you for your time.
Thank you very much.